Denver's defense, that is your lane. If Denver does pull this off, the assumption is going to be a good day on that side of the ball. How should Vance Joseph and the Broncos defense alter things at all, if at all, knowing that they have on their side a QB2 leading the offense?
Well, when you think of defensively, what you want to do is make sure that when you can, if you have an opportunity, give him some extra possessions. Take the ball away. It's very simple. It's simple. It's a simple game. Take the ball away from the opponent. Give the young quarterback some extra possessions. Keep the score down so he's not playing uphill all day. If you can just keep the score within a one-score game, you feel like we could win, we're at home, we'll be fine.
Not for nothing, last round of the playoffs, Drake May did put the ball on the floor 4 times. Yeah. 4 fumbles, 2 lost. Herm, we'll talk to you again in a little bit about the NFC title game.
Charles Bettiak. While most of the country will be snowed in, the Rams and Seahawks beat 4 trilogy in relatively mild conditions. Kickoff temps in Seattle look to be in the 40s. No precipitation in the forecast. And now we move on to head coach Herm Edwards, still holding us down here on SportsCenter. Here to talk the NFC this go round. It is a battle of the number 1 offense against the number 1 defense. The rubber match just happens to be for a Super Bowl berth in this one. So when it comes to the Rams and Seahawks and their quarterbacks specifically, what can each of them do to set themselves up for success?
Well, if you're Matthew Stafford, you know this, that you got to get the ball out quick because Seattle's going to bring pressure. But that being said, how do they use Puka? They move him around. He is like the chess piece for the Rams offensively, especially for the quarterback. And when you think about Puka, he can play from the backfield. He can play in the slot. They motion him. They want to get the ball out. They don't want the rush to get to Stafford. That's the most important thing. Get the chains moving. If they can do that, they could go on some long drives, and eventually, Matthew Stafford, he sees pressure, he'll get the ball out, but eventually he'll hit a home run.
So talk to me about the Sam Darnold part of this equation, because, unlike Matthew Stafford, it's relatively unproven when it comes to him.
Well, you don't want to put Sam Darnold in a position where he has to throw it a lot. You want to start the run game off. If you're the Rams, you have to stop the run. Make Sam Darnold beat you trying to throw the football. Make him say this: you're going to have to beat Matthew Stafford passing the ball. He's not going to run the ball. If you're the Seattle Seahawks, you understand this. You want to take time off the clock. You want to go on some long drive, keep the ball away from Matthew Stafford, use our running game. The one thing Darnold can do now, he's a good play-action quarterback. And if he can do that, then you can get him going.
Let him settle in early and use that run game to your advantage. Coach, we appreciate the knowledge as always, brother.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Going to be the hero today on Championship Sunday. It starts on the AFC side of things. Drake May, and the Patriots. They have never won a playoff game in Denver. Jarrett Stidham, he will be under center for the Broncos, has never played in a playoff game. Matter of fact, he's only started a handful of games since the Patriots drafted him in 2019. Something's got to give. Let's huddle up.
The Broncos game plan is in, and Jarrett Stidham is primed and ready for his first NFL start in over 2 years. But Denver wants the spotlight off the quarterback. Sean Payton told the team, "I'm not worried about Stiddy. I'm worried about everyone else and how we play." Stidham made the Broncos offense feel at ease from the very first practice snap. Right tackle Mike McGlinchey told me that Stidham was in complete command in the huddle Wednesday. No rah-rah speeches, all business. Stiddy's done an unbelievable job this week, McGlinchey said. He's ready for it.
One point Drake May highlighted this week is that playing in Denver hasn't been kind to opponents over the last 2 years. Since Sean Payton became Broncos head coach, only 3 teams have gone in there and won. As for the playoffs, May said he always heard people talking about the importance of being at home, but he couldn't really understand it until the last 2 weeks when he was at home and he saw what the Patriots crowd did for his team. He said he could really feel it. And now he looks forward to experiencing being on the other side of that.
Coach Herm Edwards joining us now on SportsCenter, breaking down this matchup. There's a lot of talk about how potentially rusty Jarrett Stidham could be. He hasn't thrown a pass since 2023. Matter of fact, the last time he threw an NFL pass, Drake May was throwing passes in college. If you're Sean Payton, how do you put Jarrett Stidham in best position to succeed today?
He's going to simplify the offense. I think a lot of people think, well, all Sean Payton's going to ask this guy to do is turn around and hand the ball off in the running game. He's not going to do that. If you're doing the Patriots, the first thing you're thinking about is what? We're going to stop the run. We're going to make this guy beat us. Sean Payton says that that's correct. I'm going to get him in the groove early with some short, quick passes. I want to get him in 2nd and 4. Okay. That's the down for offense, 2nd and 4. How do I do that? Short, quick passes. I'm going to get 8 guys in the box. A lot of single safety high. They're going to try to stop the run. Throw it out there quickly, let your receivers get the ball, get to 2nd and 4.
Patriots have to be anticipating any and all of that, especially with Sean Payton sort of driving this quarterback. How do you think the Patriots defense, who, by the way, turned the Texans over 5 times in the divisional round, how do you think the Patriots defense attacks this offense?
Disguise the coverage. Make it very difficult for him. Give him some indicators that it looks like this and we're going to change it this way. The Patriots, they don't get credit for their defense. Their defense is only giving up 19 points a game. They have the 8th ranked defense. We talk about this Patriot team, but they're a balanced football team. Yeah. They can get after the quarterback, not like the Denver Broncos. You get after the quarterback, but they do a nice job of making the quarterback hold the ball, and they intercept balls. That's the key.
Yeah, Marcus Jones has been a menace, not only on special teams, but certainly in the defensive backfield as well. Stidham, familiar with the Patriots, familiar with Josh McDaniels, right? He was drafted in the 4th round of the 2019 NFL draft. More from this coach, our coach, Herm Edwards, talking to NFC later in the show.
Can't wait. NFC.
I love talking about these head games, too, man. It's going to be... It's Randy Scott and Gary Streisky with you this morning on SportsCenter for multiple hours. Everybody knew that. Championship Sunday nightcap takes us to Seattle, where the Seahawks and Rams meet in a rubber match. They met twice in the regular season. Those 2 games so close, they were only separated by 3 points total. 1 needed overtime to settle, and the home team won each time. Another round? You betcha. The 12s will be a factor. Lindsey Theory factoring in now. Let's huddle up.
Going into his 3rd NFC championship, Coach Sean McVay tells me he isn't sure exactly what pregame message he'll deliver to his team, but he tells me this: what always resonates is what comes from the heart. McVay knows he also must manage when he addresses his team ahead of kickoff so that he can manage his own adrenaline and emotions for game time. Going into his 2nd NFC championship, I asked Matthew Stafford what to expect ahead of kickoff. Stafford tells me there's always a little bit of buzz in the air, knowing that either you win the game and keep playing, or you lose and go home. Stafford says it all gets you a bit ramped up, but ultimately should not affect the game. The key to winning at Lumen Field, McVay says they cannot beat themselves against a phenomenal defense. They must take care of their own house.
Seahawks general manager John Schneider was named NFL Executive of the Year this week, and of all the home run moves he made over the last 10 months, none were bigger than Schneider's decisions to trade Geno Smith and sign Sam Darnold as his replacement. Darnold made the Pro Bowl, he helped the Seahawks secure the #1 seed, and now he's got them 1 win away from their first Super Bowl appearance in 11 years. To get there, Darnold will have to play through an oblique injury for the 2nd week in a row, and he'll have to overcome a Rams defense that intercepted him 6 times in their 2 regular season meetings. Through all the ups and downs, teammates and coaches have praised Darnold for how even-keeled he's been, and Darnold said he's treating this as just another game, but he added, quote, "We know the stakes. It's win or go home at this point."
All right, coaching him up with our coach, Herm Edwards, back with us on SportsCenter. For all the praise that we just heard Brady say that Sam Darnold is getting, he has thrown 6 interceptions against the Rams.
That's not good.
This season in 2 matchups. Familiarity breeds comfort, perhaps for a defense. Now, if you're Seattle, how do you put him in a position to succeed?
He's at his best, believe it or not, when he turns his back away from the defense. In other words, the play-action pass. Sam Darnold is very, very accurate. He's very comfortable when he does this. Just look at his graphics there. I mean, he's 2nd in the league. I mean, that's impressive. In other words, when he can play action, can set the defense up with the fake of the run to get the linebackers and everybody stepping forward and then throw the ball, he is very good. One of the better quarterbacks in the league. And those stats prove it.
When Matt Stafford keeps his eyes downfield, he generally finds a lot of success as well. I'm guessing that's going to be part of this answer to this question. What is the Rams' key to success against Seattle's defense in Seattle, with the 12s being a factor as well?
Protect him in the pocket. If he can sit in the pocket and throw the football, he has some marvelous players to throw it to. And here they are. We know who they are, right? We got Puka. Look at those